So it's a brand new thing that's been implemented for the first time, allow you to drive your vehicle even more smoother. I have to tell you about these heated and ventilated seats. The ambient light that I've been meaning to tell you, it's also found on both the passenger. That is a beautiful turn signal, reinforced and thicker B-pillar right in the middle. Watch. You see? Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis Hyundai and Kia cars. And as you saw from the thumbnail, the car I have behind me today is 2025 Kia EV6 Facelift two-wheel drive GT line. I will give you the detailed specs of the car on the screen right now. And for those of you guys looking for the detailed exterior and interior look, there already is a review that I've done on the channel, so feel free to check out the card and also pin comment below. By the way, the lights you're seeing over there, it's all just the flicker that you're seeing, so it is a solid light to human eyes. Even if it's a test drive, of course, I have to show you what it looks like both inside out. So let's quickly fly through it before I hit the road. I turned on the light, see if that's gonna help. Nope. But at least we get the headlights now. So this is the snow white pearl exterior color that I have, which is one of my favorites. I say it's one of my favorite because I think the blue color, both gloss and matte, look amazing with this EV6 facelift. You can never get wrong with a white color, especially the snow white pearl. And I think it's about to rain. It's monsoon season here in Korea. So let's quickly fly through both in and out of this EV6 facelift. Let's go. And of course, I gotta get some good thumbnail, but not without the DRL though. I need the DRL. Also, do keep in mind that Star Map signature lighting, which connects all the lights and DRLs, is only available on the GT line. This car comes with the cross contact tire, which has 255, 45, 20 inch, which is a square setup, meaning it has the same size wheels and tires all around the car. There is 19s available, so if you are looking for an extra driving distance, that is something that you might want to go with. Come check out the profile. This looks amazing. The car is just brand new. It still has protective films on it, so do keep that in mind. I don't want to take it off just in case. So it is the good old EV6 that we have seen before. Nothing significant has been changed on the exterior. It actually has reinforced and thicker B-pillar right in the middle. Extra reinforcement right over here that actually was not available on a pre-facelift model. Upgraded suspension, lower arm, as well as the stabilizer is also now thicker than it used to on a pre-facelift model. So all of this, I'll try to test it out and feel it to myself. Let's go. Once again, the exterior looks of the car, I have a detailed review on the car in the channel above, so definitely do check it out. The Star Map signature lighting is also abundantly found right over here, that pointed tip. And it always has been a thing for the EV6, but I think it looks even better now with the facelift. Very subtle, to be honest. However, it is something that really does set this facelift to that of the pre-facelift a big time. You can also see that right here in the third brake light. Watch. You see, it just gently lights up like that. Again, the charging port and all, the good old thing that we have seen before, nothing out of the ordinary. So just like that, and it has been the automated charging port like that. GT line badge. Let me also show you the sequential turn signal. Of course, I'm coming to the interior momentarily. Look at that. That is a beautiful turn signal. I always loved about the EV6 and it has been carried over. Same thing on the front as well, just like so. As you can see, it is a solid light when it comes to the hazard lights. And the car being a single motor, there's only motor on the rear. Therefore, we get the largest frunk possible. Comes with the gas lift, so you can actually easily get an access to the frunk as well. Gigantic frunk. You can actually make a good use of this. It's quite practical and deep enough. And also the sound absorber right there. Once again, today is all about the test drive, so I don't want to waste too much time here. Let's go check it out. Active air flap. I'm sorry, I just can't take off. Active air flap all open, and this is the brand new design introduced on the facelift. Star Map signature lighting. I actually really do like the tip, and that is also found inside. I will show you that momentarily. So camera for the parking view cam, more cameras and sensors for your ADAS, HDA2, LKA2, HOD, which I will tell you all about it. I know there's a lot of abbreviations lately on these cars, right? So more cameras for the 360 view cam. And let me show you the passenger seat of the EV6 Facelift. The GT line interior, two-toned. I actually do like the texture, nice suede. I like the finish here. Just look at that. That also gives you star map signature lighting feel to it, doesn't it? If you think that's a bit too much, exaggerating a bit, let me show you this. So this is the ambient light that I've been meaning to tell you. You see that tip right there? Star map signature lighting found inside as well. Like that GT line engraved right over here. Also has that fabric yet leather slash fabric texture to it. You guys know what I mean if you have driven EV6 before. The good old drop down glove box, just like so. I missed out when I was reviewing the interior last time, but this seems to be the clip for you to organize and keep the cable from dangling all around the interior. Lovely touch by Kia. It's also found on both the passenger and the driver's seat as well. Isn't this just beautiful? Lovely interior, and opposites united found on the steering wheel with the Kia emblem logo right there. Two-toned interior never looked better. Kia has been doing an amazing job with that, especially this white and black two-tone interior. Hands down my favorite from Kia brand. Do not forget about those. I think I won't be able to show you on my test drives. Many C charging ports right here. If this is not enough, there's another one here with the 12-volt outlet system right here. 2, 4, 6-way control. There's only 2-way for the lumbar support, unfortunately, and you can easily get the relaxation seat by press holding that twice like I did. So look at that. That's how extreme of an angle you can get. Let's put this guy back up. Easily do so using the buttons right there as I did. So this cover here too, an extra texture added right behind the cover. The good old hanger type, you can use it as a coat hanger too. Brilliant seat design and also very comfy headrest and cushion, and Meridian premium sound system along with the ambient lights. As you can see, the air vents for the second row seat on the sides, the car using the EGMP platform. So there is no AC vents on the second row seat in the middle, but found on the sides. The brand new key for this EV6 facelift, the keys that we've been seeing all of the latest Kia cars, unlock and lock, self-explanatory buttons right here. And the car also does come with the RSPA2 remote smart parking assist, meaning that you can pull the car in and out using this button and feature, and you can also park this car remotely outside the vehicle. Speaking of which, well, I gotta show you. I just want to show you because it's a cool tech. Let's head outside and let me quickly show you how you can actually operate this guy. Press hold this guy right here and you can actually see the light blinking up. It's good to go. You will hear the car firing up just like so. This feature comes in real handy when you actually park next to the pillar. You find you now can actually park in that area by letting the car be and just using the key fob like so, pushing the car in and out. And of course it comes with all the safety techs and features. If there's any obstacle as the vehicle is operational, watch this. There we go. So it stops just like that. Again, let's go. Really got to do that test drive now. As you can see, car is available with the Apple CarPlay along with Android Auto, wirelessly connected. The route plans you have, it actually is now portrayed on the HUD as well. So it's a bit difficult to see, but it's all shown on the HUD just like so. And this is the wireless charging pad, the vertical one. This is just indicating that the phone is currently being charged. It's not necessarily showing how much battery there is. It only shows that the phone is currently being charged. All the self-explanatory buttons and the fingerprint recognition system right here, still with protective films on. I have to tell you about these heated and ventilated seats. Unlike the previous model where it will just turn on automatically by your slightest touch of the vehicle, that's not the case, you see? So that's not really the case anymore. You actually have to press hold just a bit strong, I would say, with a force in order to now activate the ventilated and heated seat. So I've seen people saying that it wouldn't really work properly when you want the heated and ventilated systems to run, but that actually is on purpose because it accidentally operated just too much on a pre-facelift EV6. So I did drive on my way up to here, and there are just a couple of things that I need to mention and point out immediately. That is, Well, thanks for telling me that the headlights are off in a dark area like this. Of course, a handy thing, and also is super helpful for the pedestrians and also other vehicles on the road. When you are going into tight parking area like this, you can always turn on the 360 view cam. You always have an extra eye looking out for you, just like so. And also another feature that I like is that you can always have the driver only AC on when you are running the car around. So what I have to point out immediately is that you can now actually use left pedal shifter to manually control the regen brake as you are driving. So it's a brand new thing that's been implemented for the first time. So it is a bit difficult for me to explain it because it's something that we've never seen before from Hyundai Motor Group car just yet. That is, you can pull the left pedal shifter, increase the regen brake manually as you are driving. Well, you could always have the iPedal on. iPedal, which is the one pedal driving of the other manufacturers, it actually is the strongest regen brake. So sometimes you just want to drive with a casual, mild, soft regen brake, i.e. level 1 or level 2 regen brake. That's when you pull the left pedal shifter right here in order to increase the recharge, and hopefully the video is capturing it. I will show you when I go down hills, and big props to Kia for that because it really is very convenient. So let me show you right now. I want to stop the car, just pull the paddle shifters in. So let me show you right now. I want to stop the car, just pull the paddle shifters in. It will actually engage and use regen brake. I actually do also see that on the monitor tachometer as I speak. So I currently have the level 1 and pull it all the way inside my body. The car will slow down. Hopefully you are seeing it on the screen as well. So the ride, you might think that nothing much has been changed, but the ride itself is quite different. And that is because Kia EV6 Facelift, it's got upgraded bushings, upgraded lower arm, as well as upgraded stabilizers. The rear stabilizer is actually now thicker than it used to be on a pre-facelift model. Hands down, this manual paddle shifter, the regen brake, is my favorite thing by far when it comes to driving this EV6 Facelift. You can push these buttons to change into the Eco, Normal, Sport, My Drive, and Snow. We all know that the EV6 Facelift got the upgraded battery from the good old 77.4 kilowatt hour battery to 84.0 kilowatt hour battery using the NCM batteries. There's a lot of upgrades that's been made on this car, yet Kia managed to keep the price the same as pre-facelift. So props to that. Ambient lights lighting up just like that beautifully. The display is the same thing, the good old 12.3, but the housing is now a bit different. It's carved out towards the edge, and as you saw the blind spot view monitor, BVM, it's always a pleasure to have. I can't even imagine driving a car without the BVM now. Speaking of which, the car does come with the digital center mirror, which is that. I did mention this multiple times on my reviews with the cars that have the DCMs already. It's not just the mirror gone digital, but it's wide, using that wider lens, of course, and it's vivid and crisp. It works the best when you are actually driving this in rainy and poor condition weather, just like this one. Because there is no water getting on the camera, it is well positioned right next to the third brake light. I did drive under heavy rain, and when that happens, there is the water droplet getting on the camera every now and then, but it evaporates and just goes away in a matter of seconds. So EV6 Facelift is much more quieter overall compared to the pre-facelift, thanks to more sound absorbers underneath, and I would have to say that the car is much softer thanks to the suspension that uses the smart frequency dampers, which is SFD. So do not be confused, it's not electronically controlled suspension. However, it reacts to the frequency of the road, controlling each suspension, hence providing the best ride quality possible at the given moment, condition, and situation. Once again, heavy rain I am getting here, but no issue with the digital center mirror whatsoever. So look at that, the digital center mirror, not a single raindrop on it. So other features definitely worth mentioning is the HDA2. Well, the EV6 pre-facelift had it from the beginning, LKA2 lane keeping assist 2, which does a far far better job than LKA1 as to keeping the car in the center, and shines the most on freeway drives, highway drives. Gently tied together with that, adding on to the next point, which is HOD, hands-on detection, meaning you don't have to shake your steering wheel every now and then in order to let the car know that you have your hands on the steering wheel. So 2 or more fingers, any part of the steering wheel, the car knows that you do have your hands on the steering wheel indeed. I mean, I have to say that the EV6 came out amazing and a great car from the get-go. The very first EV6 was just amazing. However, EV6 Facelift has all the goodies that the original EV6 had, made changes and upgrades that are not directly visible to our eyes, however, gave us all these upgrades that I have mentioned and showed you throughout. And well, number one is definitely that upgraded battery, giving you extra driving distance, which could actually make a difference of you actually having to stop to charge your vehicle or not. Once again, this manual paddle shifter on the left for me to slow down the car just like I am doing right now. Hands down my favorite. Once again, this manual paddle shifter on the left for me to slow down the car just like I am doing right now. Hands down my favorite, which also will allow you to drive your vehicle even more smoother. There are definitely passengers who are sensitive and keen about the motion sickness, which tends to be a bit more profoundly found on EV cars than the ICE due to the nature being of having that instant torque, a lot of power, and there is the one pedal driving. However, that pedal shifter, which I believe is about regen brake level 2.5-ish, it's not as strong as a regen 3, that is for sure. If I get the chance, I'll definitely bring this car over for the highway test drive. Once again, due to the constraints I have today, I can only do the city drive test drives, but I know how great this car drives and performs already. And this car, you can also drift and have fun behind EV6. If you didn't know, EGMP is actually a great platform for you to have a lot of fun with. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to do that in my next video. If you've been watching this far, thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe and like CarSceneKorea, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. I really want to test drive the EV3 now after having test driven the EV6 Facelift.